Have you ever found that what was going on up here was mentally and physically exhausting you? Have you ever woken up and felt overwhelmed and anxious from the minute you opened your eyes and didn't know how to get rid of the fear around building your business and getting yourself to the level that you want to get at, and you feel like you're left behind and you're chasing to get somewhere, but you never actually really get there because invariably we go round and round in circles? In high performance coaching, how we master our energy and our physiology is a key component that sets us apart from our competitors, if you like, and from the average person, where we say, like, I don't want to be here. I want to be functioning at a much higher level. I want to have the energy and the vibrancy and the motivation and the momentum to keep chasing after those things that I really want and feel good while I'm doing it. Now, 5 years ago, that felt like a complete pipe dream. The only way that I would relax was to drink several glasses of wine before I went to bed at night, just so that I could switch off. And literally the minute I opened my eyes in the morning, the fear was already there. The anxiety was already there. The overwhelm was already there. And I didn't know what to do about it. Now, high performance coaching, we've got loads of tips to help you really manage your energy so that you do have that physical energy, you do have the vibrancy, you do have the influence with potential clients, with your teams, with, you know, the people that work for you, all that kind of stuff. But what I want to talk to you most about today is how can we use energy so that we're effectively managing sometimes the inevitable anxious and overwhelm, or anxiety and overwhelm that comes with running your own business. Let's not pretend that we're never going to have those days that are challenging. Let's not pretend that everything's always going to go okay, because it won't. But when you learn how to master your physiology, your energy, it's a game changer that will set you up for so much success. So I wanted to share with you sort of 2 or 3 tips that can help you to manage this on a day-by-day basis. And as you do that and it builds up and you gain momentum, you will start to see massive differences with the way you feel and show up every day. So the first common problem that I see with business owners is that they're never, or they're very rarely, here and now. For the most part, their physical body is here and now, but their energy body, their mind body, is way out in the future, thinking about all the things that they've got to do in their business, the sales funnels, you know, the social media content strategy, the networking that they've got to do, the strategy calls that they've got, the clients they might have to see, all of those things, and they get so absorbed in that energy. Now you add on to that the personal roles that they have. Maybe they've got a spouse or children or parents that they might need to look after. They've got things that they might need to do to run the house. And all of a sudden, they're so absorbed in all the things that have to be done that they've lost this time, this space, here and now. Now, invariably what can happen is when they're in that space and they feel this fear, anxiety, and overwhelm, it will also send them back into the past somewhat, to other times when they have felt fear, anxiety, and overwhelm, to latent belief systems that say, you're not good enough. You're never going to make this happen. You're not clever enough. You're not experienced enough. You haven't got, you haven't got what it takes. So they're constantly flipping between being way out in the future or way in the past, and they're missing the here and now. One of the tips that I give to my clients is almost to imagine like you've got a fishing rod, and you I don't know what you call it, but you kind of like, you flip the fishing rod so the fly goes over there and it just catches your future vision of yourself by the scruff of the neck, and you can reel them back in. It sounds really silly, but you want some kind of physical representation of being able to reach out and pull your energy body back into the here and now. Okay, if you feel like you're going too far into the past, find another way to do it. When I feel like I'm over here, I will often kind of just, beg her to come back and just watch her walk back towards me until she's back into this physical space. We only have the here and now. And why this is so important, this particular energy of making sure we're not there and we're not there, we're here, is that clarity is in every single moment. People get their knickers in a way big twist about clarity being the 5-year plan, right? The 10-year goal. I need to have it all mapped out. Clarity occurs second by second in the decisions that you're making, whether that's decision to have water instead of coffee, whether it's a decision to make the sales call or not, whether it's a decision to let an argument go because it's just not worth it. Clarity comes in the moment by moment, the second by second decisions. And when you add all those together, that's creating the results. So I just want to encourage you, when you start to feel your breath coming up into your chest, when you're breathing high up into your chest, maybe you're starting to feel you're getting a little bit breathless, or you've got sweaty palms, or you're getting agitated, angry, anxious, just gift yourself a moment just to close your eyes. Try doing it with me now. Just close your eyes and just feel your physical body wherever you're at. Maybe you're sat in a chair, maybe you're laying down on a couch, maybe you're laying in bed, but just feel your physical body. Where are you? Maybe you just want to kind of reach and touch the chair. Bring yourself back to this moment in time. Really grind your feet into the floor below you. And I often have to say to myself, I am here and I am now. I am here and I am now. And I just practice taking some really deep belly breaths. So I breathe in, so my belly expands out. And a really good clue here about how far out of your energy alignment you are is how deep can you breathe. For some people, it's going to take you a good few minutes for your breath to go past your mid-chest because it gets stuck because we're in this fight or flight. Now, you're not wasting time doing this. You're getting clarity back. You're protecting your physical body. You're breathing. You're coming back to center. I'm here and I'm now. And now what's the one most important thing that I can work on right in this moment? So very, very simply, like I'm here, I'm now, I'm not over there, I'm back here. Now, another exercise that I want to teach you, there's 2 exercises, but I tend to put the two together. I teach my clients something called task transition time. What that means is I don't teach my clients to sit in front of their laptop and to bang out 6 hours of work without moving. It's a mentality we can get into. We can teach ourselves, if I can just get this stuff done, then I can. But the longer you go along without a break, the less productive and effective you are. Everything starts to slow down. You are not in a good space to generate the quality or the quantity of work that you want to do. So I encourage my clients to work in time blocks of either 25 minutes with a 5-minute transition time or a 50-minute time block with a 10-minute transition time. Now, for some of my clients, I advise them to have a jar set up, and in that jar, they keep adding to it little slips of paper that say all the things that they could do in this 10 minutes, depending on what they most need. I've had clients that have go outside and run around the garden with the dogs, get on the kids' trampoline, lay on the floor and just breathe, qigong, tai chi, yoga, cups of tea, going outside, just some of the people just getting outside. And then they haven't got a pick. When they get to their 10-minute transition time, they just take something out of their little magic jar and they just do that. If you'd like a little bit more ritualistic, particularly if this is a new concept to you, I invite you to do what I call the release and intend. Basically, you're releasing the energy from the effort you just put in. So whatever activity you've just been doing, you release the energy from that. And you set a different intention, a different tone as you move into that next block of work. It doesn't matter if you're doing the same kind of work. It's even more powerful when you're switching. So if you've just worked with a client and your next block of work is, as an example, social media content, I find it even more powerful then. But this is even if you're doing the same level of work all throughout the day, this task transition time will revolutionize your productivity. So here's how it's going to work. You're literally just going to have your timer. Your timer goes off on your phone, says I've been working for 50 minutes. You're going to set your timer for somewhere between 0 and 5 minutes, something along those lines. You might want to move to a different space, like get away from your workstation to do this because you want to break that work state. So move to a different space. Do what we just did before. So feel yourself in that physical space, laying on the floor, sitting in a chair, sitting in the garden. And you're just going to repeat the word release. Let's try it together. Okay, so nice and comfortable. We're breathing deeper. Excuse me. Let's just make sure our shoulders are relaxed and pushed away from our ears. Just pull the shoulders back a little bit. And just, I'm going to say it out loud, but I want you to repeat it in your head. We're going to just do this a few times, but remember, you're going to be doing this for somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes. Release, 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 release. Doesn't that feel better already? Just that little bit of time. And that was probably like 20 seconds. Imagine doing that for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. It's a game changer. This just lets us, it's almost like a decompression chamber, just lets us decompress. Even if you're not feeling stressed, even if you love what you do, taking that time out every 50 minutes, you become a generator of energy and vibrancy and alignment with your bigger goals and ambitions. So we've done the release, and like I say, somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes, and we've still got 5 minutes on the table if we're doing our 10-minute task transition time. So now we want to re-energize, right? We don't want to go back into work with a client and we're all like, whoa, we need to bring that energy back up. Really quick and simple. We're going to do 20 deep breaths in and out together, fast, so rapid, through the nose, so the mouth is closed. We're going to smile like a Cheshire cat while we're doing it. We're going to probably look really stupid, and that's okay. Generally, I would have my clients stand up. So if you're going to do this with me now, I want you to stand up, but I'm going to give a warning here. If you think you might have palpitations, if you think you might get lightheaded, practice it sitting down first. Okay, because we're not used to this amount of oxygen, so it can make us feel a bit wooey. So at very least, have something to hold on to should you need it. I'm going to stay seated for the exercise. So I'm going to count you in to 3. Okay, and and at the end of it, I'm going to do something really weird. I'm just warning you now. I did this earlier with my clients and went into a coughing fit, so I hope that doesn't happen. So we're going to do 20 deep breaths very rapidly through the nose with a smile on our face, and then I'm going to do something at the end that's a little bit weird, but just hear me out. So this is what we call re-energizing. So we're going to count. Ready? 3, 2, 1. My time is now. 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 Now you think I'm all a bit freaky, but I'm telling you something for nothing. When you do that 5 or 6 times a day, boom, your energy goes through the roof. Your body, if you've just done it with me, will be warm and vibrant. Your energy is all shifted. You feel powerful. You're in a much more resourceful state. You're anchored into something that's high level that most people don't get to, but you're going to be doing it 5 or 6 times a day. Okay? Now you don't have to say my time is now. It might be I am ready. It might just be boom. I don't care what you do. Make it loud. Don't looking stupid. I'm doing this on YouTube. Okay? We come back to center. Our energy body's not over there, and our energy body's not behind us. We're in the center space. We've released. Between 2 and 5 minutes. breath scaling, 20 in an hour, like that. You can clap. So, and that's going to take you maybe like 60 seconds, if that. Then you've got a couple of minutes to refresh your water bottle, maybe get a bite to eat, something that's going to kind of nourish you for the next hour. It might just be just getting clear on, okay, so let me get focused right now on what must happen in the next 50 minutes. These seemingly tiny actions will have a monumental impact on how you show up, the influence that you have with your potential clients and with your team, with your productivity, and just with how you show up, and with the vibrancy and that joy to chase after what it is that you really want. I hope you found this really helpful. If you would like to share that with anybody else, I'd be super grateful for you to share the clip. Do give them the warning that there's a slightly mad woman on it. And I will see you again in the next video.